And the church calendar can be seen, especially in the last few centuries, as being kind of protective fence around the church to differentiate us from the non-Orthodox. And we feel that very, very keenly in this nativity season, the nativity fast. We're keeping the fast and a strict fast while everyone else is having a lot of fun celebrating. But we observe the feast, of course, in its spiritual significance and with its true spiritual joy on the January 7th, according to the civil calendar. But it's really, as much as anything, that is to the detriment of the unity of the church. When some of us are fasting, others are feasting. More importantly, though, it has to do with the underlying agenda that brought this calendar change to fruition in the life of the church, and it's precisely in that context of what I call the farcical 1923 Congress in Constantinople, convoked by Patriarch Metexarchis, which wasn't actually pan-Orthodox. Only a few of the churches were represented, not even necessarily by clergy, in some cases by laymen who weren't even theologians. One of us, an astronomer, for example. And they touted it as a means of fostering progress, as it were, within the Orthodox Church and modernizing it, making the calendar more accurate. But it's really served the aims of ecumenism, celebrating the great feast of the Christian world as it was put together with both East and West, as enunciated in the 1920 encyclical from the Patriarchate, which is really the golden charter, quote unquote, for the ecumenical movement. So it's really, the calendar change is actuated by the desire to promote a false kind of unity, a merely political and social kind of unity, not unity in the truth, which is the only kind of unity to be worthwhile. After all, it might just remind you that the great Father George Swarovski never tired of reminding his audiences, even at the risk of causing some offense to the Protestants at the World Council of Churches, that the only real path to unity in Orthodoxy is union with Christian unity, is unity in the Orthodox Church, return of all non-Orthodox to the Orthodox Church. And I think Chrysostomos will undoubtedly have said the same thing. Anyway, as you can see from that quote that I mentioned kind of at the last minute, he wasn't against the search for true unity, but it had to be done with proper criteria and with proper intention. So that's, in a nutshell, is the ecclesiological dimension of this, and especially the issue of worship. And after all, it's in our worship that we're most closely united together with Christ and with each other. And if we're not keeping the feasts and the fasts in a synchronized way, we imperil that unity, make mockery of it. Really.